Hey guys, Dan McCarthy here with eXp Realty. Sometimes I run across clients who have a property for sale that is a probate property or something that's really in bad condition, and they wonder what we do with these properties. I just want to give you a quick example of something like that we recently did down in the Hartford area. Now this was a probate property. It's a 3-bedroom, 1 3/4 bath house, full basement, and as you can see, it's got a lot of smoke damage, but it's structurally sound and it's got a great layout for a young couple, or maybe a young couple with a baby, just to get started. So we wanted to fix up a few things and then maybe put it on the market. And as we went along and started to repair all of these little problems with it, we realized that the house is much nicer than we thought, and it might make sense to fix it up a little bit and then either rent it or sell it. Here we replaced one of the damaged windows with a window we found in the basement. And on the front porch here, you can see the porch is actually settled down into the ground a little bit, and it's out of level as well. So we decided we'd jack that thing up and put some new concrete underneath it and get it leveled off. Here we made a couple of brackets to bolt to the side of the steps, and then we used a few hydraulic jacks just to jack it up. And that step was kind of formed in place, and it was quite heavy. So to replace those steps was about $6,000 for new steps and railings. So we were able to get it jacked back up and leveled off. And then we had a couple of guys come by and skim coat the stairs, and they look pretty good. They're not perfect, but they're pretty good. So then we moved down to the back. There was a nice deck on the back, but as you can see, it was pretty rotted. So we're going to replace a few of the decking boards here, and then as we pulled them off, we realized they were all garbage, so we ended up replacing the whole deck. And then the railings look so bad next to the new deck that we just decided that we'd pull the railings off and replace those as well. So we replaced those railings and all the balusters and the bench, and fixed the stairs up, and we got the deck back in shape. It actually looks pretty good. It's solid. The frame was good, so no problems on that. And next was the bulkhead. We gave that a sandblasting and then repainted it. And while we had the chimney guys here, we had them repoint the top. Here was a crazy hole in the floor. It had rotted through over time, and it was pretty soft. So as we poked through it, we realized, boy, this is pretty soft. And as you can see here, you can actually see up into the bathroom from the basement. So this needed to be fixed. The tub was actually a little low in that corner as well, so we jacked that tub up, cut the floor out, and then we added a couple of braces in there, and then resheathed it with 3/4 inch plywood, and then another piece of 1/2 inch plywood to bring it up to level. Looks pretty good there. We skim coated it with level set and put a new floor in. And here we had this weird kind of formica material that was surrounding the tub, and I was able to actually find it and duplicate it and pull the old stuff off and reinstall some new formica here. Here we put a threshold back in. You can't see it, but it's done. This is a small bathroom off the master. It's a 3/4. It's got a shower stall, a vanity, and a toilet. As you can see, the floor was pretty bad. We pulled up all the corners that were loose, and then we screwed the whole thing down and put a new laminate over that. And here we moved on to the kitchen. We decided to pull all the old cabinets out because they were built in place and they were really in poor condition. We also had a water leak here. You can see how the floor is separated a little bit. There was a small weep from one of the faucets. The rest of the kitchen was in pretty bad shape, just really smoke damaged and just filthy. Here's some new electrical work being done, new lights. We pulled up the bad floor and patched it with some new hardwood. Also for the island there, you can see we patched it. We're going to put an island back in. Here's some of the electrical that we put in the wall. And here are the new cabinets. So these are RTAs, ready to assemble, from Forevermark. They're actually not a bad cabinet. All the hardware is underneath the drawers. They're full extension, dovetail. The finish is really, really nice on them. And they were relatively cheap. They're all soft close, the doors and the drawers, and they come on a pallet, which is really easy to maneuver. I think they took about 4 or 5 days to show up. So here we are. We've got some of the cabinets assembled. They're pretty easy to assemble. It takes about 15 or 20 minutes depending on the cabinet. We glue them up and screw a few of them, put a couple of nails in them. And over here you can see the diagram on the wall, and we've got just a mess of cardboard boxes to get rid of. But for what they are, they're a pretty good deal. I think I got 21 cabinets and I spent about $5,000 on them. So here we're getting them installed. Nothing unusual about the install. They all went together fine. This one pantry cabinet comes as one piece, so you have to assemble it pretty much on site in place. Here we go. We got some of the appliances in and the islands put together. We built that island out of 4 cabinets and put sides on it. And here's a shot with the granite on it. And then the backsplash as well. So it's a basket weave. So overall the kitchen looks pretty good for the money. You can see the basket weave pattern there. And put a couple of blinds up just to dress up the place a little bit. So here we go. Here's a shot of the front of the house. The stairs on there before they were fixed. And now with the stairs fixed, the new door, the new light, the mailbox, etc. And here's the basement. This basement was a mess as well. I think we have the walls painted here, but they weren't painted before. We painted the floors, cleaned everything up, added some lights to downstairs that turn on automatically. Furnace was new, pretty much new. The box is a 100 amp panel. We didn't change that. Fixed a couple of leaks in the plumbing. This was a crack in the ceiling from it settling over the years, and we got that all patched in and fixed up. Here's another thing we had to deal with. The house smelled like smoke pretty badly, so we pulled the radiators apart, and you can see there's lots of garbage in there and a ton of smoke damage. So we figured out a way how to clean these things out. The first thing we did was brush them out with this little wallpaper brush, vacuum everything up. And we used some of this outdoor cleaner. Just put it in a bottle, full strength, and spray the radiators on kind of both sides, a little angle from both sides, and let them get wet. And then let them sit for about 10 or 12 minutes and then go back. And you can see we spray them with just water. And you can see how clean they came. All of the smoke came off them. And they're nice and clean, so they are going to transfer heat really well now, and they won't smell. Here's a couple of shots of the floor before we actually sanded it. There was a couple of spots we had to patch. And here's the guys in there sanding. I don't recommend you sand your own floors. They did a great job, and it was short money. I think it was $2,000 to do the whole house with 3 coats. So came out pretty good. Looks good. All original floors except for the patches, and you can't even see the patches. So here's the kitchen area finished, and the living room area. We also cleaned up the closets and put hooks in there. The hallway, one of the bedrooms. Here's the bathroom all cleaned up, washed down, new vanity. Master bedroom in the bathroom. So here's the property all done. We're actually going to hang on to this property and rent it out instead of selling it. It'll bring in about $2,500 a month in rental income, and the tenants will be responsible for everything except the taxes and the water. So all in all, it's a great little place to hang on to. Low maintenance, everything's fixed in it now, so there's really no worries. If you have a probate property you'd like to sell, please give me a call at the numbers here. We're always interested in buying in Massachusetts, so just give us a shout, let us know, we'll take a look at it and let you know what we think. Thank you.